going to try a recipe I haven't made before, but it sounds really good, and so I just wanted to make it and see if it's something that my grandkids would like as well as adults. And it comes from a website. The lady's name is Shannon, and I'm so thankful that she's made this recipe. It's The Kinder Kitchen is her website, so just want to give her credit for this recipe. So, all right, so let's get started. It takes half a cup of carrots. I've already kind of pre-chopped, but we're going to chop them up a little bit more in the food processor. Half a cup of red pepper, 1 to 2 green onions with the greens and the white parts, half a cup of regular onions. Okay, so hope you like onions. Let's see, half a cup of corn, and a half a cup of peas. Okay, and I think we're just going to blend these first. Chop them up a little bit more. So as you can see, lots of really good veggies going in here. This is not going to be your typical McDonald's McNuggets. Good. This out. It smells really good already. Just all those veggies and onions. Ooh, it's a lot better. Okay, that's all that we're going to do so far. So let's just get this out of the way. Alright, and so to all the chopped up veggies, a half a cup of really finely chopped kale. My garden's in right now, so I have fresh kale out of the garden, so I'm excited about that. And a cup of rice. I used short grain brown rice, but you can use any type of rice you like. A cup of quinoa. I used mixed quinoa. Mixed grain, but whatever you like is fine. A fourth of a cup of nutritional yeast, and that's optional, but I kind of like that little bit of cheesy flavor, so I added that in. 2 tablespoons of flaxseed and 6 tablespoons of water to make kind of a flax egg. It's probably equivalent to 2, really. And then the seasonings. And so I have garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and some freshly ground pepper. And I will put all of the ingredients underneath this video at the bottom, so don't panic about having to write everything down. And then we're just going to mix that up. I forgot one thing that I just remembered needed to go in there, which is a half a cup of breadcrumbs. So let me go get them. So here I'm back, and half a cup of breadcrumbs. Mix in. And there we go. And so that's all of the ingredients. Let's mix that up really well. Kind of excited about this because a lot of times I just want like a finger food, and so I think this is going to be really good. On her website she says these freeze really well, so that's kind of encouraging too, that you could just freeze some up and pop them in the oven. Now she also mentioned there was a couple ways that you could fix these, and one is in the oven. I don't use oil, so I wouldn't pan fry these, although you could if you do oil. And then the other thing is the new air fryers that are out that everyone's using. So I'm going to try both ways today and kind of compare and see how they turn out. So all you do at this point is you form it into your little nugget. Any shape that you want, any thickness, however. So I'm going to try just like a little hand nugget like this. And I'm going to try both ways. So I get my pan out and batch these up, and then we're going to put them in the oven and we're going to put them in the air fryer. I'll be back. So the veggie nuggets are finished and I've pulled them out. And I'm going to do a comparison just to let you know. I bought an air fryer. I've been going back and forth about buying one because there's been a lot of people online saying that they're fantastic and yet they're expensive. And I have an oven, so it's like, do I really need another appliance? So I wasn't really sure, but finally went on a really good sale and I got it for fairly inexpensive, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. So I purchased this Philips one, which I made some oven fries in and they were okay. They were about the same as what was in my oven. So I wasn't all that impressed and I thought, I might end up having to take this back. But I'm gonna give it another try. So this was a perfect recipe to kind of give it a try. So I put half of the nuggets in the air fryer. You don't need to preheat it. You just put them in there, you set it to the temp, you set it for the minutes, which for this was 8 minutes, and then you flip them over, and then you do 8 minutes again, 16 minutes total. And they come out pretty nice and crispy and hold together really well, just like nuggets, really. And I actually made 4 little baby nuggets for a special little boy who's gluten-free, and so instead of the breadcrumbs, I made him a couple that with gluten-free flour. So we'll see how he likes them. And then I made this other tray in the oven. Had to preheat the oven. You put it in there for 15 minutes, flip them another 15 minutes, and pull them out. So here's my kind of review. I really like the nuggets. They're delicious. They really are. And I'll definitely be making them again. I want to thank Shannon for this great recipe. It's delicious. I'm really excited that they freeze well because I think I'm going to make double and triple batches and just stick them in the freezer. I tried to make like a burger, that bigger burger, and I did this in the oven, and it hasn't really crisped up. It's really delicate, and it's going to break apart at any minute. So I'm honestly considering putting it back in the air fryer and seeing if I can get this to be a little bit crispier and a little bit more solid. However, I think on a bun, as a burger, this is really going to be a good recipe for that as well. I just feel like the extra amount, it just stays a lot moister for the time being. So I made up a little dish of buffalo sauce because I just wanted to give it a try, and I like spicy, so here it goes. They really are good. Crunchy on the outside, kind of chewy on the inside because of the quinoa and the rice. Tasty. It really is a winner recipe. So I hope you give it a try. And you might consider an air fryer as well. I'm keeping mine. Have a good day.